Oh yes, this is the team center opens and closes the bumper show. It is on ELBC radio and other frequencies across Liberia. It is the biggest platform in the country. 89.9 is our entertainment radio. Nine other community radio stations are also having not nine other community radio stations, nine other relay stations owned by ELBC are also relaying this program. Many community radio stations across Liberia, Radio Sanquin in Sanokoli Nima County, Radio DMP Law, Radio Kintoma, they are all in Foya District, Radio Halangi in Kolahun District, and many others are relaying. Radio Plebo, the guy said they always relay the bumper show. It's the biggest listen to show right now on any radio in the country. ELBC, SMS, and that of the bumper show. You cannot afford to go away. So many things to talk about this afternoon. The first segment we talk religious issues. Then at 5 o'clock it becomes fiery. We talk politics. When my friend Moses Wassing Johnson, a Liberian journalist, will join me to discuss some issues of national concerns. As we speak, we're getting reports that the Liberian National Police is investigating 4 persons as a result of a protest yesterday that almost resulted to injuries being inflicted on people around the capital bypass area. Louis Gasile Brown, the man who is calling for protest in Liberia, a former child seller operative, former security advisor to former notorious rebel leader child stealer, Louis Gasile Brown, is now operating under the covers of darkness, under the auspices of Alexander Cummings. And they say they want to stage a protest. No one is against protest though. But the police say they are investigating 4 people who were involved yesterday. They have arrested them. Anyone found culpable of the act will be prosecuted. Another good news is the Liberian government, through the executive, has presented to the legislature the draft national budget for fiscal year 2023. As my uncle S. Lawrence Bobo joins me from Foya, as the man hears my voice, in Foya he calls me and says I'm listening. Let's call my line right now. 707.94 million US dollars budget has been submitted to the national legislature. Bova Chima said he has accepted it. Members of the legislature will deliberate on it. There were appropriate areas where necessary for funding to be increased or to be decreased. You cannot afford to go away. I'm the nation's MJ. I'm the son of the warrior from Lufa County. If you go to Ziwanda town, my name is Zobo Woman. I'm the son of a warrior. And the son of a warrior fears nothing but to do wrong. If you go to Bon County, they call me Kalifagala. Kalifagala means snake and laugh. Or you call me Kiang Balakbli. Kiang Balakbli means drop back Kenya. No small boy can do it be man. Have you ever seen a drop back Kenya? You will not see drop back Kenya on a small boy head. You know the Kenya in the bush when they go for the cola. They will fly it very well, put the pepper inside, put all this inside. But small boy can I carry? That name is my name. And my full name is Jallah Emmanuel Nikki Kalifagala Kiang Balakbuli Nyalengwan Toga Woman Grayfield. Or better say call me Samanshang. Samanshang in the Pele vernacular means gift. Usually on the south this time, we usually bring the vernacular announcers to pray for us in the vernacular. But for the last few days, I've not seen them. So as of today, that portion of the prayer from as a res department scrapped is scripted out of the whole program. I will find it 5 or 3 minutes and bring new ideas. I'll fit in there because when you are in an institution, people who are there to take some responsibility are not taking them. Sometimes I get very angry. But I will pray for us in Pellet just for 30 seconds. Kwa ku mampla nguga fale. Kuna ngala ga English wi kwa pa ipona. Kwa ilasha mawa Bekuka ne kwa buranga. Kwa buratika. Biano kwa pa ipona age ku maleka age ipul fu ku shonyong maningma. Kwa pa ipona age ku falu age ikpomante ku na ku president poda man George we ai. Pomante ku le poda man na yo joe hawatila. Ku le ne polokati. Nuanga bod ka dombele ngui. Ben na man daga man bofo chimas ashe nai. Kwa ifele age ilo de pot de log the nunda ma da tong dom pelekade de tom man lele gua. Kwa ifele age nuanga dia ada ba de te dia ba de toy go ben di ma dia go di man lele ka. Nuanga ba pa de ba ka beli mai age de man ni kai. Kwa mo age ilo de po age di la age de man lele ka di ko nyoma ka da ba si beli man de ga o ko man di amanyo ke kana amoya ya papa iya si di mu kwa ifali ki ako age li la si tegupo li la to tegupo age ku bo ku li ala no li ba lai ku li ato no li ba toi nui ba wa eto ngi mai nangala ai pele ai fala ge imalato idi balato kwa ifali no nice na nice da molo ngai la isu wolo da wolo ikatu. That's how we pray in the Pele vernacular. You know, to pray in the vernacular is one of the most difficult things. One of the most difficult things is to pray in your vernacular. We can speak the vernacular very fluently, but to pray, it's not easy. Let me go to a PCK. At this segment of the program is where the guys will come and pray for the country, pray for the president, pray for all elected officials, and appointed officials as well. But they have forfeited that portion of their segment on show as we speak. That will be filled very soon. This is PCK. The song is called Protect Our Leaders. This is the man who prays for our country and prays. He prays for the government, but he prays in song. PCK. Nangag banga negag banga. Ano ang kalawang negag banga o papa de men kami o. Ku o my esa wako kami na pala. I love my country, I love my people, I love my people, I love everybody. Father, save us from the pandemic. Thank God that the Ebola crisis can pass over us. COVID-19 can pass over us. Now we are on a red trajectory for development and investment. Let me recognize a few of the guys who have joined us on our Facebook Live from across the world. Master Sharif is watching me from Hansburg, Germany. Are you the one? He said, good afternoon, Jallah Grayfield. Sebe Moluba Vayangba. Sebe Moluba Vayangba, my big brother. My brother, rather. He said, long time no see, man. Charles T. Selly Jr. says, watching from Riverview County. Prince T. Weir says, good afternoon, sir. I'm joining you from Plymouth City, Maryland County resident. Keep up the good work as a librarian journalist, Jallah. Jerry T. Zakaman says, good afternoon, Mr. Grayfield. I'm following you the show now live from Vanjima City, Lofa County, presently at the Lofa County Community, at the Lofa County University campus, yes. I'm told that the community college has only turned on to university status. But coming very shortly, we talked to some men from the Belfast Cathedral, formerly Better Cathedral. It's now called Harvest. Harvest Ministries is Harvest Intercontinental Ministries. Sorry for that. It's a tongue twister though. They are here. We'll talk about some programs being planned and the 10th anniversary celebration. 4 days conference under the auspices of Dr. Wolo Bele, Bishop Wolo Bele. We'll talk about that. On the flip side of 5 o'clock, we'll talk politics. Nega Banga. Santo Victor in Latin days. People of Jallah. Thanks so much. I'm following from ERW Hospital. Emmanuel Rose Freeman. I'm watching live from China. Samuel Light Cooper. Big Brother Jallah, I'm following you from Cowell Coffee Farm Back Road. Sam Esquity, watching from Shrewd Whiskey, Grand General County. Please share the video. The more you share the video, the more listeners we have. The more viewers we have. My friend Sober George is telling me something. Let me go to my inbox and know what Sober George is saying to me. Especially our leader. And Sober George announces to me there have been lots of media reports about the LBDR president that he has a fake credential. But he tells me, Mr. Grayfield, that the president will be addressing himself to media reports questioning his credential, and his interview will be relayed on this station tomorrow at 4 p.m. Tomorrow at 4 p.m. LBDR president has been in a serious problem that he lied on his credential. But I'm getting from Sober George that he will address himself to these reports. Why did he lie on his credential? If he's not talking the truth of this, it's the truth that he lied, but it's not true, he will address himself to it tomorrow. Let me say welcome to you, Miss Simone Jallah, to the show. This is ERBC Radio. I announced to you earlier that I have some distinguished men of valor. In Bible days, some of these men were the ones who went to the war front and they challenged the Goliaths of the time. But they are using scripture now to change the words. They come from the church that I belong to, the Harvest Intercontinental Church, where Reverend Dr. Wolo Bele is the bishop. I have been this afternoon, Mr. Vanny Foley, who is the chairman of the anniversary committee. Vanny, welcome. Vanny, welcome. Let's see you.
Thank you, Jallah. Thank you.
Let me welcome Mr. Saros. That's my big brother. Saros Johnson, president of the men's department. Saros, welcome to the Bubble Show.
Thank you, Jallah. It's a pleasure.
J. Vilo Dolo, Secretary General. The man who be sending all the texts. Vilo, how are you?
I'm okay.
He's the Secretary General.
Yes.
There's a rare button for you. Their president button, it will come immediately.
Yes, it is, sir.
Okay. Stephen J. Kia is member. Stephen, welcome.
Yeah, thank you.
Let's start with the president. Saras, tell us about this program. We'll talk politics later. People don't get worried and go away because sometimes when you're not talking politics, the guys go away. But this is about the development of our country. This afternoon, my brother and friend called John Sharif, who is on Equas Radio, walked into this office at LBS and said to us, they are having 2 days, a whole day of inspiration for the church, that they will take the whole day just to sing. And God says he will listen to the prayers of the Liberian people through songs. And that will take place at the Faith Healing Temple. Later he said to me, I said, wow. So there's a coincidence that men from Better Church are coming, not Better, but Intercontinental Harvest. Sorry for that. Sarah, how are you? Welcome. And tell us about this program, which comes on very shortly.
Thank you, Jallah. It's a pleasure again being in the studio for the 12th time. We are from the Harvest Intercontinental Ministry Unlimited, the main auxiliary of this ministry, for Dowsey. Let us first take this time to thank the management of this institution, headed by the directors, herself, Esther Liberty Camus, and the able lieutenants that are working so hard to ensure that services are rendered and the true of the breath end of this nation. So we salute all of you for your services towards the development of our country through information. But we are here today to tell the public that the national kinsman of the Harvest Intercontinental Ministry Unlimited, Fred Dowsey, will be celebrating her 10th anniversary and conference this week, beginning on Thursday, where our men will be coming from all over the 15 counties to come and celebrate this day that God have ordained, God have destined, because God have been so good to us. It's not easy in putting men together. So by the grace of God, and existing for 10 years, and we are so proud, of our men that we all can continue, in one spirit, amalgamating, our effort to ensure that this ministry, men come together, men are strengthened, men are empowered through God's word. And today we are proud of our men, and today we are proud of ourselves that this week will be 10 years old.
This week.
This week.
On what day does it follow?
It starts on the 8th of this month, and then it ends on the 11th.
In the long force on Sunday?
On Sunday.
So it means that there will be a big program at Harvest Intercontinental Church on the Tubman Boulevard.
Definitely, but it all begins at the freeway. One of our branches in freeway, Bannersville Road, right after the MSF hospital. There's a school along the road there right after the MSF hospisphospital.
You mean we go in Bannersville?
Bannersville, we go to Patient Shop.
Okay.
But it's far, at least they're far from Patient Shop. Right after the MSF hospital.
You branch left.
You branch, definitely. You continue, on your left. You see a sample. There's an old school on that road called St. Peter High School. It's an old school that have existed, for many years. So right behind the school is where this church is located. You see a big sanctuary that where we will begin the whole exercise. It starts on Thursday with a morning section, and then ends on that Thursday with an evening revival where our men will be charged, will be revived, because we are called mighty men violent in the nation. Some of the voices, some of our father in the nation, we have called them to come and speak to our men, to empower our men. Because in the dispensation, if our people do not know God for themselves, then there's a danger. So we are calling seasoned pastors to come and nurture our people, so that even when there are tribulations, when tumbling time comes, at least they can be able to withstand and know that there is a God.
Let me come to Chairman Vanny Foley. He will give us a rundown of what happens on that day or during the week.
Yeah.
Let's go ahead.
Okay. Jallah, thank you so much for your time that you have taken up to bring our team, that we can be able to tell the public what we'll be doing on that day. This is the 10th anniversary celebration of the great men you have just told you about. We are called the Kingsmen, the men of the Harvest Intercontinental Church. For the 10th anniversary, we have gone to most of our counties. People that have not been able to come for this conference, we have mobilized from Maryland, from River G, Grand Judah, Sando. Most of our men are presently on their way coming for this conference. This conference will be one of the biggest, because this is our 10th anniversary, and we are making it very big and unique that the people of the Harvest Intercontinental Church will make a difference in this country, and the men will have to celebrate God in another way. What makes it very different and special? As the president just said, on the Thursday will be the opening. After the business session, we'll have a revival. But Friday will be power pack. On Friday, we have teaching sessions. On that day, we have Dr. Kasser from JFK come to speak to the men. A specialist.
The teaching session takes place where? Where's the venue?
At the Harvest Freeway Church.
Okay.
As he just told you, on Bannerville Road.
Okay.
Behind the St. Peter High School. That place is well known by many people around here, because St. Peter's School is a school that people around the Ghana's built and in Liberia or Moravia have been hearing about and know about. So we have another teacher there the professor, Honorable Raymond, Thomas, uh, Romeo Kuya. He will be teaching. Then we have in the evening one of our own pastor, uh, Pastor Joseph Sayi. He will be teaching the last session. So that revival service in the evening will be done by our own apostle, Reverend Carr, in the evening. So we have a very packed anniversary celebration from the 8th to the 11th.
J. Vilo Dolo, you are the Secretary General on this whole program.
On the committee.
What have you planned? What are you doing on that day? Who have you invited? Have you invited some dignitaries from the religious community? Have you brought on board some politicians who come to speak to you? Who are the names of individuals you have invited? Is Reverend Darlingston Johnson coming to Liberia? Well, he is the arrowhead of the church. When I listen to him in the morning when you preach him, and I know from the saying to the better has a long history. I'm thinking on this 10th anniversary in Liberia, who are you bringing? Are you bringing also the bishop as well?
Bishop Johnson will not be in the country for this conference, but Bishop Johnson will be in line with us. We are making every effort to make sure that the program be live so that Bishop Johnson will be able to see the program. But in his stead in Liberia, Bishop Dr. Mwolo Bele will grace the occasion. The National Overseer for Liberia Mission, Reverend Ethan S. Jewell, will be present. And then, like he told you, we have invited Reverend Apostle Samuel Banska will be in a program. Apostle Alfonso Abaime Dean will also be in the program. Reverend Joseph B.S. Sayu will be part of the program. And then the facilitators, Dr. Iron K. Kassa III and Professor Thomas Romeo Quia will also be in attendance.
Now, in these kind of programs, given 10 as a school, you have come a long way. But you have had some political counterparts. Aside from these reverends and the men of God you have invited, who have you invited from the secular community? I mean, from the government, from the outside world, that they will come in and be a part of the program. Have you extended an invitation to people outside of the church?
Yes, we have extended an invitation to people outside of the church. We have the climax of the program will be having a fundraising, and so we have invited people to come and grace the occasion. Some of them as launchers, chief launcher, co-launchers to grace the occasion. And so we have the president of the Lima University.
Okay.
He will be our chief launcher on Sunday.
Who is he? That a mongrel?
Yes.
Okay. And he has consented.
Definitely.
Definitely.
Okay.
And so we have other people we have invited also.
Okay. Let me talk to Stephen Jake here. He's a member of the program committee. Steve, do you have any information for us? For your public as well?
Thank you, Jallah Grayfield. Thank you. My colleagues have said almost everything. So I think we'll get back to our chairman. We will continue the flow.
Okay, Chairman, anything do you want to add? Because later I want to make this interactive. I know some of your members from the church want to call in and give you support, whether women or men or children want to call in, and we'll make it interactive later. Let's have a Brother Kaifa Johnson.
Yeah, Jallah, as the caseman in studio and have intimated, this program is very special to us. Existing for 10 years, it is not an easy thing, especially dealing with men. Even from the Genesis, men found it hard, and God found it hard with men. And he sought for a man in Ezekiel 22:30, and to stand in the gap, and man was informed. But thank God that in that dispensation, not a man, but men have been formed, and this men that have been formed today, we have existed, we have amalgamated, ourselves doing wonderful things for the kingdom, and then celebrating, our 10 years of existence. I think it's a milestone. That is why we are not making this program lazy. And as it is often said in our Liberian alley, we are not making our men who lazy. We are not making this program lazy. That is why we have invited all of our men, in all of the 15 counties, and they are all preparing to be here to grace this program. That is why we have invited a range of ministers, powerful, professional people that will come and empower our men. And we know that after this conference, the life of our men will be transformed. We are so grateful to the Almighty God, for our presiding prickly, and the one that God has given us, the founder of this ministry, Reverend Dr. Darlington G. Johnson, and then he calls a bishop and honor that stewardship. Today we serve to ensure that men are together, men are moving, men are doing powerful things. 10 years is not an easy thing.
Sure.
We have gone to places, we have gone to hospitals, ministering to the sick. And by the grace of God, every hospital that we have visited, God has been so wonderful. God has moved by His Spirit. All those that we laid our hands on, all of them, God have healed them. Today, we're hearing messages that the 24 persons that we pray for at the Benson Hospital, all of them were being discharged this year. We visited the Benson Hospital.
24 human beings.
24, yeah. They were all afflicted, and we went there. We lay our hands. We pray for them because God has given us the mandate to go, and lay our hands on the sick, and the sick, shall recover. And definitely God did it. All those that we laid our hands, upon, they were all healed. And today, they have been discharged, and they are to their various homes. Also, we visited the Bonaway Central Prison. Where
In Magibi?
In Magibi.
Okay.
In Magibi, they have that bell.
Were you giving some food to the
Oh,
inmates?
definitely, yeah, definitely. For us as kinsmen, we usually carry the holistic gospel. We don't just carry the message. We carry assorted items after we minister to the people. We give them assorted items, so that they can help, to give them nutrients, can help and give them, some empowerment when it comes to the body movement. So we went to the Bonaway. We met 93 inmates. And all of the 93 inmates, 89 gave their life. And today we have been told that 67 have been released. And then the 67 that have been released, now they have been integrated into our various churches, serving God.
So you think in your mind is because of the diligent prayers that you guys have been offering?
Definitely. Remember the Bible told us that the effectual fervent prayer of the righteous man, availeth much. And thank God that our fervent prayer, this is why every month, the last out of every month, we go to our various churches where our men of the department will host us, and we pray for our nation Liberia. We pray for our daily ministry, the Harvest Intercontinental Ministries Unlimited. We go and pray for our fellow brethren that are in the nation and in other parts of the world. So against that, this is why I see God is moving, because men are standing in the gap, praying for this nation. There are a lot of things should happen, but it is not happening because you have men, violent men, you have courageous men, you have strong men that are fervently standing in the gap, praying for our beloved country Liberia and our nation, and our various ministries.
Vanny, let me hear from you as to how do you get these people to Monrovia? You're talking about people coming from the counties and XYZ, given some difficult challenges to the roads, and some of them may not have money to transport themselves.
Yeah.
What is the church doing? Are you providing transportation for them? And what do you do with this bad road condition that we know is having and is affecting the country right now?
Okay, thank you so much, Jallah. As this conference, we started the planning. We look at a team that could carry this conference to give it a new strength. So our team for this conference said, awake men. So based on the team, we encourage our men around the country to make sure to find their way out to come to the conference. After the conference, whatsoever we can do to transport them back, they will go. Because you see, this 10th anniversary, we needed to have all our
you
men.
didn't send money to them. They
No,
should come
no,
and you. Okay,
yeah,
okay.
yeah, we didn't
That,
send
that,
money to
that's, that's pure commitment.
So we're looking at the commitment of the men, awaken them. For this is our new beginning. Because the church have been raising up that people can be able to go out to talk to people, evangelize to people, to win souls. So everybody in this church, as men and women and member of our intercontinental church, we make sure that we win souls because we have our vision where no man live or die without Christ. So based on this kind of strength and faith that we have in God and Jesus, we believe that many of our people will come over to have this great revival. So during this conference, you are asking what would be done differently. You know, as Brother Sarah said, we have brought professional people who will be teaching us how to do business. Even the agriculture sector. We're bringing in
Business.
somebody here that will be teaching us the agriculture sector. Men are in the church, probably they want to be able to empower themselves in other ways, but then they don't have the knowledge. So when we bring these people in, they will be able to teach us how to start businesses, how to be able to empower ourselves in terms of agriculture, how to take care of ourselves health-wise. You know, so this conference is going to be very powerful and strong. And on Saturday, we are going to have a sport day at the football field at Town Hall, Ganave Town Hall, where we go first and evangelize, pray and go into the community, tell people about Christ, speak to people about God, because that is our new show as harvester. You know, the church name carry our agony harvester. Go and harvest people to the church, to Christ. Okay, because the harvest is ripe, but the laborers are few.
very few.
Okay, so we go out. So we take that day out in the morning, go out into the community, speak to people who we can tell about Jesus Christ, and come on, then we go out on the football field to have a sport day.
How many churches do you have in Liberia? Are you in all the counties? Because I heard you say people are coming from the counties.
Definitely.
How is better, or not better, but Harvest
Harvest.
Intercontinental Church helping to carry the gospel in the counties? Are you fully developed in the counties? Because some I hear that the bishop is going on the tour in the counties. And there will be people going to come. So what is it? Are you in all the counties? And what do you do? How do you make the gospel reach to the remotest areas in this country?
Definitely.
No, our ministry is
Sarah,
one of the
Yeah.
one of the first charismatic indigenous church in Liberia, and since our formation, God has been so marvelous using this ministry to expand the gospel. By the grace of God, this ministry is in the length and breadth of all of the counties in our country, and in each of these counties, by the grace of God, we have about 4 to 5 churches in some in just in a county. Because you see, our motto is to win the lost at all costs, and our vision is we exist in a world where no one should live or die without Christ. And that is our driving force. That is our passion. As harvester, we want to live in a world where no one will live, or die without Christ. Everyone will be disciple, will be won over to Christ and be disciple, for His kingdom glory. So by the grace of God, we are in all of the 15 counties, and God is doing marvelous, in all of the counties in our churches.
Vilo, let me hear from you. Who have you invited from the international community? Because your church is a very big church. Harvest Intercontinental Church is one of the biggest churches in this country I know about. While growing up in Painesville, around the Pueblo area, and I heard about that. I heard about the one when it came to but it was better pipeline.
Yeah.
And then I was just around the Wookam area there growing up as a young man. And they were following this church called Better. But I know you have had lots of people go to America. There are people who hands are on deck and helping this church to grow up. And I know it's not just about Wolo Belly alone as a bishop. It's not just about Reverend Mangi as a pastor. It's not just about Pastor Jesse Molwa and others. It's about every one of you. So who have you invited internationally to come to the church, to come to the program?
For this conference, we have not really gone send invitation internationally.
Okay.
But the plan is that in the near future, because the first diocese of this church consists of Liberia, Guinea, and Guinea-Bissau.
Okay.
So the conference, this year we're having a conference here. In the near future, you will see us moving from country to country at the men's level, national kinsmen level, to have the conference internationally.
My brother, Stephen,
Yeah.
you want to say something? And then we can open the line for interaction.
Well, I just want to encourage all harvesters, our men ministry, our president. Let me encourage that men who want to see full house during our conference. That's all I want to say. Thank you.
Okay,
And
Stephen.
before you open
yeah,
the line,
please go.
Yeah, before you open the line for callers to come, it is important for the listening audience, people who are out there, to also even if you are a harvester or non-harvester, that is, you are not part of the ministry, you in another ministry, take advantage, as a man, take advantage of the conference. For the fact that the teaching will benefit you. Like the teaching from the medical doctor who will be coming, will be teaching on the causes of urinary tract infection.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that is for every man. It's not just limited to harvester. So come and learn the signs, the symptoms, the prevention, the consequences. Come and learn. Even in the area of agriculture, we are inviting all of these people to come to the program. Men should come.
Free of charge.
Yeah, so then we have
It's
for the rest of
free
you.
of charge.
You can
Free
have
of
a
charge.
conversation now. Any of you can say what you want to say, then I can open the line.
Yeah,
For Sarah's Cafe.
Yeah, so Jallah, we are grateful to the Almighty God. For us as a ministry, we don't have boundaries. In that, we usually invite other ministry to our gathering. This is why the motto of this ministry, this auxiliary, which is the National Kinsmen, is building the kingdom through fellowship.
Yeah.
So our fellowship is not only with our kinsmen that are part of our ministry, and our fellowship is also with other brethren from other denominations. So for this program, we have invited other denominations to join us in this fellowship, to join in this celebration, that we can all come and be empowered, so we can all come and show our love for the kingdom of God. We are grateful to our diocesan bishop, Bishop Dr. M. Molo Bele, and his grace, honor his stewardship, that we are serving in this diocese. Indeed, he's a wonderful man of God. Let me tell you now that he will be the lead speaker to this conference. And then all us, other speakers will follow, like our national overseer, the Reverend Inter S. Joel. And then we also have one of our local pastors from Quebec. He will also be one of our facilitators. He will be speaking on how we can start small business and that business grow and benefit us, as a people or as individual. Yeah. Then we will also have Reverend Carr. He will also be speaking on Friday. He is the general overseer of the Miracle Triumphant Ministry. He's a seasoned minister. He's the former president of the Full Gospel Ministers in Liberia. Then we'll also have Apostle Alfonso Dane. He is the general overseer of Christian Mission Assembly. Another seasoned minister. He's a historian, and we know he'll be giving us some historical note, that will help us, cultivate ourselves and put out a new move for our nation, so that we can pray fervently and ensure that Liberia is safe and redeemed, from the hands of the enemy.
All right. So where is my man, Tipendi Young? Tipendi Young, your men are here. You have to come and say hi to them. Tipendi, where are you?
Tipendi is one of our strong men at the cathedral.
Tipendi is the Deputy Director General for Technical Services here at LBS.
Yeah, he is one of our strong
hope we can come and talk to the guys just for a few minutes. Yeah.
Tipendi.
Let them get this one. I want to get this one and open the line.
So the Holy Bible says, Mary's boy child, Jesus Christ, was born on Christmas Day. How now hear the angels sing, a new King born today. That man will live forevermore because of Christmas Day. Trumpet sound, that angels sing, listen what they say. That man will live forevermore because of Christmas Day. Worshippers once, they flock by night, they see a bright new shining star. They hear a choir sing a song, the music seems to come from afar. How now hear the angels sing, a new King born today.
Oh yes, a new king is born in this month. And he's born on December 25. We have members of the church, men of valor who pray for the country. And these men pray for their wives. And their wives don't just pray for them, they also intercede for their wives. Mr. Vanning Ford is the chairman of the anniversary committee of the church Harvest Intercontinental. Brother Cyrus Kavia Johnson, Mr. President. J. Velodolo is Secretary General. And Stephen J. Kia is member. And they support the staff. Let me open the line for you now. Those of you from the church who want to call in, Men of Bethel Cathedral, formerly now Harvest Intercontinental, can call 080-514-096. 080-514-096. And I have a number exclusively for females on this radio. But sometimes the females don't participate, they don't take advantage of it, which is 0776-680-373. Those two numbers are up for grabs if you want to call. 080-514-096, 080-514-096, and 0776-680-373. You can call me now and be a part of the show. The lines are open for all of you to call. If you cannot call, no problem, but we'll just talk to these people because it's important meaning for this line. Hello, welcome, you live, let's hear you. You calling from where? Barasa is where? What? Jesus. These young people. What? People are discussing serious thing. He wanted to start rapping. Can you imagine that? 080-514-096 and the other man beeping. Once you say +231, it means the person beeping. And you know, we are discussing serious matter, then you want to take people time and oh God. Hello, welcome. Hello?
Yeah, Jallah, how you doing?
I'm okay, sir. Welcome to the Bumper Show. You live on ELBC Radio.
Yeah, thank you. Thank you very much. I want to thank the men of God in the studio. My name is Matato Yansia. I was one of member of Better Portland.
Oh, you're part of Better Portland where Pastor Mamali Mane was.
Yeah, Reverend J. Mary,
Yeah.
Yeah, but I'm happy for the main program, but I've been wondering about one question, but I think today is a very good opportunity that I can ask this question.
Okay.
I want to know what really necessitates the teaching of our church need from better to harvest.
Okay.
I really wanted to tell me that today.
All right. They're taking some notes and they will answer your question. Please just keep posted here, okay? 080-514-096, 0776-680-373. Members of Harvest Intercontinental Ministries are here as my guest. Let me take this one caller. Hello, welcome. Hello, welcome. Let's hear you.
Yeah, hello.
Yes, so you live on the bumper show. Let's hear you quickly.
Good afternoon to both of the guests.
Yes, they are
I
listening.
I just want to be grateful. You know, when it comes to golf business, for me, that is what Labrador is lacking.
Mm.
So when I see people on the air talking about golf as golf family, it makes me happy. But
Okay.
one thing I want to understand, that always discourage me about we, the Christians, why is it we always want to get multiple branches all over instead of buttressing other churches, which is our brother in Christ? That one. Now I'm going to ask a question about the need better changes to now global, international, and intercontinental. But this is the intercontinental now having a big program for no international guests. Why?
Okay. They're listening to you. Lee G. Neal said, good afternoon, Mr. Grayfield. I'm Lee G. Neal from New Buchanan Block A, Buchanan City, Grand Bassa County. I'm following. Erin Jukoyon Bobo is following me on the show here. She comes from the office of the Director General of LBS, Mrs. Estelle Liberty Camus. Christopher Benice, I'm watching from Dwazon, Maghibie County. Stephen Fest joining me as well. If my guests are here, just the guests wait. Zieman Gabo. My man Zieman Gabo is staying to me Morocco 0.04 time 95 minutes gone in a game. Good afternoon, Jallah. I'm watching you live from VOA Community Rafi Highway. Keep up the good work, he says. Let me go back and take some of your calls right now. Hello, welcome. I hope you guys are taking notes.
Yeah, good evening, Jallah Grayfield.
Good evening, welcome you live on the Bumper Show.
Okay, I'm Philip Norito Jr. I come from Tomenberg, Bomi County.
Oh, Tomenberg, welcome to Monrovia.
Yeah. Let me ever so much applaud your studio guests. You know, these are actions, social actions that the Christian community really need to start on in Liberia. Because nowadays in contemporary Liberia, churches, especially those charismatic churches, they are always preaching miracles. And they abandon Christ's message of love. Salvation. Money cannot buy salvation. People are not prepared when they go to those churches. The people will say, yo, you are married, you have this, you have that, and you're not prepared. So I think what they are trying to do, praying for image, praying for people with disability, I think it cannot be overemphasized. I just want to bless God for them, and I pray that it will continue to do more. So express why they establishing branches. Jesus
Okay.
said, go and win souls. Win a conflict at all costs. So I think that's the best thing to do. So thank you all so much. I think my evening has been made.
All right, thank you. Somebody was trying to call me on the OC line, but he dropped the line. +224, something like that. Hello, welcome. Yes, you live on the Bumper Show. Let's hear you quickly. Oh, he gone off. This guy was trying to call me on this number. +224. I don't know which country. It's on a smaller phone, so I can't know the country's number, the country's dialing call. But you're trying to call us. Call us back if you're monitoring us via our Facebook page and want to participate and talk to these brethren of yours. You can call us right now on 080514096, or you call me on 0776 680-373. You can call and be a part of it. Men of Valor from the Harvest Intercontinental Church are here as my guest this evening on the Bumper Show. Call us now. Let me take this next caller. Hello, welcome. You live? Hello, you live? Are you there? Hello? You are holding the lines and others want to call. Please talk. Let me hear you. Okay. Hello, welcome. Let's say you the next caller.
How you doing?
Yes, I'm okay. Welcome. Let's say you, my brother.
This is Mr. Roosevelt David calling from Grand Crew to be better with Noakim.
Grand Crew County, Noakan. Let's hear you from Grand Crew.
Okay, thank you for that opportunity given to me.
Oh, the man from Noakan has just gone off from Grand Crew. Welcome back. We want to hear from you. Do you have branches in Noakan, Grand Crew? Let me hear the next caller here. Oh, he dropped the line too. Some of them are dropping in this beeping. Hello, welcome. Let's hear you. Hello, you live on the Bumper Show. Let's hear you. Oh, it's so bad. It's so bad. Call us. I will take 2 or 3 calls. I will end with you. I will give additional 5 minutes to the guy, but the people in the studio, then my man, Watson Johnson will come in the studio. We'll talk some politics. Hello, welcome. Hello, welcome. Let's hear you. Hello, let's hear you, my friend. Where are you? Where do you call from? This is serious. Once you call and I okay the phone rather, just okay. This guy is calling from overseas. Hello. I'm okay. You calling from where? But I see 224. Where you call from? Oh, so bad. He's calling on 224 line because it's an overseas number. He sounds like a Liberian, though he wants to participate. But call me. I will give grace period for 4-5 minutes, and the rest of the 2-3 minutes I will use that time to close up, and I go to real politics of the day. 0770560560. Hello, welcome. Hello. Don't eye people. I see. As soon as I see you now, I just catch it. They have one cent ago. You know. 077680373080051496. These are the numbers to call. Hello, welcome. Hello. Do you want to participate? Oh. Hello.
Yes.
You want to participate?
Yes, I want to participate.
Where do you call from? Where are you from?
I'm calling from People City, Deep Maryland County.
Maryland County, welcome. How's the New Jerusalem? Oh, I think there's a problem with this line. Of course, that is a problem. I think so. Maybe it's a network issue or so. But the guys from Playboy, Maryland, they always call Grand Crew. And then the guys from River G, they always call him Buchanan. And all of those. Let me try this one again. Hello, welcome.
Yes. The same, Roosevelt Davis from Tembo.
From Playboy. Okay.
Tembo Grand Crew.
Oh, Tembo. Let's say from Tembo, my friend.
Yes.
Go ahead, let's hear you.
My line is Doropa.
Yeah, I'm hearing you. Just go ahead. I can't hear you. Oh, wow.
That was bad.
Jesus Christ. It's so bad. I think it's a never issue.
And that was bad.
Yeah, my guy said to me that it's a never issue. But I will try to take 2 or 3 more calls and I close the show on this segment because it seems to be very, very bad. The guys want to talk to their religious leaders here, but again, it's difficult to get them because of the bad network. 080514096, 0776603730 are the numbers. Hello, welcome. Do you want to participate? Wow, let me take a break. I'll take a break. Wow, this is terrible. Hello, welcome. Reduce the monitor. Let's hear you quickly. Oh, hello, the next caller. Welcome. Hello. This is actually terrible. I think it's a never issue. Sometimes that's how it happens many times. Somebody call you or talking, you can hear the person say, "Yeah, oh, it's so terrible." Let me try this one again. Hello, welcome. Hello. Good afternoon.
Okay, this is your uncle, Ed Lauren Mobile, calling you from Lebanon, Fuya District.
Fuya District, welcome to Monrovia.
Thank you so much. Thank you.
Yes, let's hear you, Ed Lauren Mobile.
Let me try to the studio guys because the 2 things they said to go to the hospital and pay for sick and pay for the prisoners, at least God will safeguard them and protect them. They will even pay for those protectors. So that the protesting will not help Liberia, they will join the government so that we can at least that Liberia a peaceful country, Liberia, man. Yeah, thank you. waiting to hear them. Thank you so much. Say hi to them.
All right. Thank you, as Lauren Babo, the man who accommodates me while I'm in Foya. The hospital, hospital people, hospital. Let me take one more call. Hello, welcome. Hello. Yes, welcome you live on the Bumper Show. Oh, it's so bad. Let me come back to the guys. Let's close up. Let's start with my friend and brother Stephen J. Kia. As he comes in. What do you want to say, Father Asupad? We're going to come from right to left.
Well, I just want to take this time to say thank you to inviting us in your studio. I also want to tell those that are listening to us that our program they should participate, and also we welcome every one of them. It's not only a harvester only, but every man is very important. Every man should be part. I want to say thank you for inviting us.
All right, let's talk to the next Villa.
Yeah, my parting comment, I just want to make mention, stress on the area of sports on Saturday after our outreach, the sports day. The game.
Let me hear it. You want to say something?
Hello?
Yes, welcome. You want to say something?
Hello?
You live. Let's hear you quickly. Let's hear you.
Yeah, I want to participate in your thing.
Yeah, go now. Let me hear you quickly. Hello? If you don't go ahead, I will not go back to that line again.
Yes, so on the sports day, we have divided the country into zones, the churches into zones. So we have 4 zones I will be playing. We have zone 1 that include the churches from West Point in Monrovia up to Marshall Highway. And then we have zone 2 that starts from New Gruta going to Brewerville. And then we have zone 3 from Freeway going as far as Mabagley to Pastor McGee's church. And then we have zone 4.
Pastor Mangi has moved now to the freeway.
No, Mabagley.
Man Bagley, there he is now.
Yeah, there we
Okay.
has his church now.
All right.
Yes. And then zone 4 will be the rest of the counties. The men are coming from the rest of the counties. So we'll be having our sports. And from zone 1, we are convinced that our bishop, Dr. Mbolo Bele, will be featuring in our game.
Amen.
Okay, let's go to the Mr. President. Mr. Chairman, sorry. Mr. Chairman, and you close up.
Okay, Jallah, I want to say thank you to the ABS family for helping to aid our anniversary program. You know, it's a great thing that we will have this program being aired in the 15 counties, that people will be aware of the Harvest Men being celebrating their 10th anniversary. We just want to encourage our men that this anniversary is a heavy one.
Yeah.
Come, we have printed T-shirts with Kiap that will be marching up on Saturday in. The T-shirts will be at a conference in the morning. Saturday when you come, you take in, and you can be able to get your T-shirts. We printed some of them. We send it to various churches. We encourage our men in all these churches that they ask where they're working today. They can be able to ask for excuse on Thursday, on Friday, Saturday as a weekend, and Sunday, full blast at the cathedral. As an anniversary chairman, I've come to encourage all our men and men from even other denominations. Please come to celebrate Jesus. Please come that we can go out to win souls on Saturday in the morning. We speak to people, they call Zogo, we go to the marketplaces, we go in the street that we can talk about Jesus to people, that they can be able to know God for themselves.
All right. Thank you. Let's talk to
so
Honorable
much.
Kafia. That's Mr. Cyrus Kafia Johnson.
Yeah.
He's the president of the National Men's Harvest Ministry.
Thank you, Jallah. To the question, what is it we have changed from mentor
Yes.
to harvest? Is that because our men have changed. Yeah, and our scope of operation or scope of expansion have changed. And that is the word where no one lays or die without Christ.
Yeah.
So because that many have changed, so we have to change. And since we have changed, God is doing marvelous. Now we are in 5 continents of the world. So you see,
5 continents.
5 continents of the world. So God is doing.
That
a great
includes.
amount. Yeah, that is we in Europe. We're in Africa, we're in Australia, we're in North America, and then we're in in Asia.
Wow.
So these are the five.
So the
yeah.
church
And
is
so,
expanding.
definitely. Since the change of name, God have been doing.
So do we
well
expect it changes again after you have gone maybe
No, definitely.
very wide and wide and wide in those countries
No,
you are in
now
or in
we-
the continents?
No, we have settled for this, and we have settled for this. God have inspired all of us through our presiding privilege, and we all accepted, and the change. And since the change, God have been doing, wonders in this ministry. And then somebody just answered the question, what is it? We are going, and plenty of other churches. Indeed, that's a great commission. The Bible says you go ye into all of the world, and make disciples, baptize them in the name of the Father and the Son. He said we should go all the way to the uttermost part of the earth. So, as a ministry, we will continue, to preach the gospel that every spectrum, of the world, will be touched. We are grateful to the Almighty God. On Sunday will be the big one. That will be the Triumphant Thanksgiving program. And at that program, as we said, will be we have a project, and we'll be launching that project. We have invited our own kinsman. He will be the chief launcher. He's Dr. Jensen Noah and Monroe. He will be the chief launcher, for Sunday.
Thank you.
And then also we have our own man, Mambo Cyrus, the head for Sika. He will also be one of the co-launchers. Normally, Kanga Lawrence, and all the people who are invited, the chief of staff,
Thank
Brother
you.
Prince Johnson, will all be there on Sunday, to launch, our project.
Thank you,
Jallah.
gentlemen.
It's a pleasure. The studio want to thank you, and then the management, our own Tipante Young, and our own Jallah Grayfield, for keeping this place alive.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Honorable Brother Cyrus K. Johnson, President of the Men's Department. Fanning Foley, Chairman. That's the President. He's the Chairman now.
National President.
National President.
No, I-
National Chairman.
Committee.
J. Dolo, Secretary General, and Stephen J. K. have been here as my guests at the Bumper Show. I'm taking a break for water. When I come back, I'll go to the discussion, talking politics on a very big spectrum. It's politics around the country. It is our development of the country. His Excellency Bagugbe is making headways across the world. Anthony Williamson look into the place and bring my guest. He's been walking guest on Unkbea. Yes, go tell it on the mountain. Oh, these were songs we listened to and we celebrated and danced with them every number of days. When men were boys, smaller boys at the time, and we say hearing them today, it inspires us. It makes us happy. This is ELBC Radio 99.9 and other frequencies across Liberia. And so, welcome to the Bumper Show. It's on ELBC Radio. Yesterday, we started a discussion about what appears to be a global menace, meaning the entire world now is being engulfed by food crisis. And let me hasten to say to you that one of the world's bodies called the Food and Agriculture Organization, the FAO. The Food and Agriculture Organization called the FAO has forewarned that there will be a global food crisis in 2023. They are saying to us that while we say talking about food, no rest everywhere around XYZ, no, you know what happened? The Ukraine-Russia crisis is having serious problem on the world growth in terms of food and XYZ. So the ever said to us, World Food Organization said to us, said to us that there will be a looming crisis because countries that have been helping us in terms of agriculture production, in terms of fertilizers, Ukraine and that of Russia, these countries are at war. The supply of agricultural produce like fertilizer will not come again because you cannot import them from those countries. You can export them from that country to our country in Africa. So if my sister in the village in Sanoye district she was having a very big agricultural farm where she planted pepper and potato and XYZ, she will not plant those potato again because you know why? Fertilizers are not coming again, so there'll be a short supply of fertilizer. So if you are planting 10 hectares of pepper and potato, you are required to add 3 or 4. What does that do? It hampers production. Right now, Ukraine was one of the biggest supplier of wheat on the world market. Ukraine is being hit by Russia. Russia too was supplying gas and oil on the world market. As a result, there are some countries that have caught up buying oil from Russia. One of the biggest plants in Ukraine was hit. All of these things are having effect on the price of food around the world. So the governor of Liberia released a statement saying, we fought all and fought all. I'm trying to lay the business before my friend and brother Washington Johnson comes in. He's my mayor on this day. We're going to talk some politics and then analyze. He's a very good discussant. You will listen, you know where he comes from. When I was at Banner FM, we all sat in the same program and he was my co-producer. But listen, the government says, before the government said this one, when President George Weah took office in 2017, 2018, whatsoever it was, rice was being sold for $16 on the world market. Now in Liberia, on about the selling when she left. When President Weah took over, he said, no, we are running a proper government. We cannot maintain the price of rice to be $16. So what we'll do, we'll bring the price of rice to $13.50. And that has been maintained over the last 4 years until this global pandemic called COVID came until this menace called the war between Ukraine and that of Russia came, that's affected the entire world. So food production in Africa has been hampered. It's been difficult to even move ahead. So what happened was that people started carrying the prices up. Importers say they can't import because they want for government to carry the price up. Government said no, we can't carry the price up. They started hoarding the product, they hide in their warehouses. They can't bring the food. So Liberians became worried. They say, oh, it better you bring the food yesterday for $50, so we'll buy it, then for you to be, we'll get it. So the government of Liberia now sit down with the people who can bring the rest in the country. The people say they want to sell the rest for $18. The government said, no, you're not selling $18. They now talk. They agreed they must sell it now for $17 or $17.50. If you didn't do so, they mean that your people not get food. But the thing that happening now in our country, it happening all around the world. Liberia is not the only country, my people. But I've been welcome, my friend and brother, Moses Washington Johnson. A very good discussion. My brother, how are you?
I'm good. Thank
Formerly,
you so much.
A presenter, television presenter, Power TV. He moved on to Banner FM. Now he's around.
Thank you so
How
much,
are you?
Jallah. I'm good.
You've been following the global crunch. Or with a food menace around the world. Let's start with this food production issue. Where do you stand? How do you witness? How do you see it?
Well, once again, I want to say thank you for inviting me, and I want to state for the record that views expressed here are my own personal views. They don't represent my institution where I currently work.
Okay.
I'm talking about the IAA. So it's a global problem. It is not only a situation unique to Liberia. And so war in Ukraine, as you've squarely put it, it is also affecting everybody. Okay, not only those in Europe. So, but the issue of Liberia, you know, we import almost 99% of everything we eat in this country, and that just didn't start under this administration. I recall there was a race riot in 1979. Okay, Liberians took to the street. In fact, it was a proposal from the then Tobos administration that in order for us to add value to what we eat, or for us to grow, or to eat what we grow, it was a proposal then from the Tobos administration.
Absolutely.
At that time, Madam Florence Chenoweth was then Minister of Agriculture. So what happened, what did not happen in the minds of the progressive, they believe it was an attempt by the Tobos administration, you know, to exploit the situation because they were farm owners. And so there was a protest. And you know what happened. People died. And that's why I say protest is never safer in Liberia. It's always associated with violence because there will be people who will infiltrate the system to exploit it. So moving forward, I was listening to yesterday, we talked about the Powerball race, the American Powerball race, and what have you. You know, it is not a good sign for a country that cannot produce what it eats. And so this is an old age problem. We cannot blame this administration.
Not at all.
So it is not only with rice. You should look at other commodities. You should look at petrol. You know, and these are all political commodities. So in the wisdom of the government, look, even though yes, we are lagging behind, we are not producing rice. We heard about this issue about the ADA Lab Rice project in Lofa
County
under the Madam Salif administration. What happened? What did not happen? That project did not go anywhere.
It died natural death.
Okay, and Mr. Bwaka was then vice president of Liberia, and that project was to go in his hometown. So what happened? Why did not
It was
happen?
also reported and rumored, not rumored, but it's reported that McIntosh was saying that the former vice president was asking for $30 million bribe to him.
Well, it was also alleged that McIntosh was also claiming ownership
of the company. Because, but it was a living or holding company.
Exactly.
That gave the support.
So I mean, it's a serious
Now
problem.
I'm telling you about 30,000.
It's a serious problem confronting Liberia. I mean, if we cannot, the issue about food security is a serious challenge for Liberia. And so, despite of the current situation, you all know what happened of recent. Shortage of rice, whether there was a shortage of rice or whether importers were holding, the commodity, that I don't know. But I've heard some people say,
But it's been said that the guys have been, the importers were exporting the rice from Liberia to the borders of our country. That led to the shortage in Liberia.
yeah, because the rice is cheaper in Liberia as compared to
Sierra Leone and
Sierra
Guinea.
Leone, Guinea. And so that's the reason why people come and buy it here and export it and maximize profit because it is cheaper.
But that is part of the result, as a result of the government giving subsidy to the product for the production of the exportation, importation of the commodity, because government have been heavily subsidizing the product since then.
Yeah, but
now,
then-
as it stands,
Yeah.
it is about 60 million that should be given to subsidize it to remain at $13.5.
Okay.
I mean $13.5 US dollars. But the government says 60 million is too much, so they want to just open the market. Before then, they were subsidizing it, but then the importers of the product were giving it to people came to Guinea and Sierra Leone. That led to some of the
But
problems.
when you say they want to open the market,
Open it up is that-
I said
open
they're
up-
monopolized.
No, not monopolized. Opening up means that the government says it cannot afford $60 million
Okay.
every year to import rice in the country. So now that money that being used for that will be used for something else. But then maybe they will liberalize the market. That's what will happen.
So many things the government can do. All right, opening the market, there should be competition. So when Mr. X is selling at $15,
You can sell for $12.
John can sell for $12. There should be competition. Instead of the government spending $60 million US dollars, every year to subsidize, the importation of rice, I think the government can also use that money, to buy some high-tech equipment, to improve, local rice production in Liberia. We have farmers. You just have to improve on the productivity. I think it helps a lot. So even if it did not happen in the first term of Mr. Weir, second term, the government can see reason as it relates to diversifying the economy, Jallah. We cannot, focus on the extractive industry, or we cannot just continue exporting our raw materials without adding value. So when we talk about diversified economy, we talk about also engaging into production, okay, manufacturing, agriculture. All right, I mean, you go some places, you hear people coming down with all kinds of sicknesses because of the toxic food we eat.
Of course.
The chicken wings, the spirits. We can also engage in animal husbandry. All right, so it is not only about rice production. So the 60 million that you're giving to importer every year, if we take that money and buy some high-tech equipment, improve the production skills of farmers, it ain't got to be a short-term plan, but it's something that you can do for a long-term period.
Absolutely.
It will pay out. But today you give 60 million, the same rice importer, will come again and say, oh, we want to sell at this price, because it's a global market. I mean, we don't control the price of rice globally. I mean, you talk about the situation in Ukraine, it can affect, the price of rice, it could affect the price of petroleum. Petroleum, we are not refining it in Liberia. So the government is trying. I will not sit there and say the government is not trying. Another solution could be, instead of opening the market, it could also be considered for tax waiver. All right? So there are so many ways the government can control the sale of rice in Liberia. Tax waiver, and then you dictate the price on the market. There will be competition. All right? And then you say, okay, but then say we love rice, the Liberian people love rice. Why can't we grow rice?
We do it.
So we got local farmers. We just need to build the capacity. The 60 million we give.
So it means you're talking about not mechanized farming, but subsistence farming, because
We
you
have
don't
to,
the
we have to
equipment.
shift from hand to mouth. That's what we do. You grow the produce and you eat it.
Yeah.
We got to.
Is that sufficient for sustainability purposes?
That's why I'm saying it's going to be a long-term process. Instead of giving input of 60 million every year to subsidize the market, you can say, okay, in 2 years or 3 year period, what we do, we identify small farm holders, build the capacity.
In the cooperatives.
Yes, cooperative. We can send them China, see how the
And
people,
that is done through the CDA right here.
of course, see how the people engage in the rice production. We can do the same. We have a fertile soil, a rich land. We can do the same. All right. And until we address the structural problem of our economy, I mean, there will always be problem with the issue of rice. Rice. We love rice too much that we don't grow it in this country. Another way could be, since the president is the face of the nation. I remember today, Jallah Grayfield is wearing a purple suit with sneaker. It was popularized by Mr. President. So how can we also, attract attention to our local food? The cassava,
The
potato,
plantain.
the plantain. I mean, they are all nutritional food.
But Liberians just love rice.
We just love rice.
I was just saying to, I was saying, yesterday I said it. I saw a 40-foot truck that came from Nimba, out of Nimba from Lofa, right at the Nizo Junction. If you saw the plantain that was in it, it's being tied on a carrier of the truck. I'm thinking, I said, wow, this country produces a lot of food. But again, I say it becomes the problem of preservation. What do we do?
Well, it's a long-term plan. You have to plan, right? It is not something that can be done, within the blue sky. You have to plan and then you implement it. Okay? But Madam Selim was here every Friday, it was a policy from her that public officials should wear the African attire.
Yeah.
What happened? Every Friday you see people wearing the African shirt. That was another way of what? Creating revenue for those in the African textile area. So if this president, okay, can take to Facebook and say, look, as the president of the Republic of Liberia, I have made it my duty to start eating my locally produced food. I'll be eating my cassava too. I'll be eating my potato. He has a lot of followers. If that can also help, to shift, this high public appetite for rice, it could also help the situation. But this is an old age problem. And so, yes, this government ran on the basis of change.
Yes.
So
It's a matter of change.
It is not going to be an excuse to say, because it has been an old age problem, so we cannot address it. Such rationalization cannot hold. So while the government is thinking in that direction, the government can also come up with short and long-term plan to address the issue about rice, crisis in our country. And I've been wondering because the president set up, and the fact of the matter is, Jallah, if to be frank, right, I don't see the reason why the president will be setting up a rice stabilization force when we have the Minister of Agriculture and you have the Minister of Commerce. I mean, to me, it shows that somebody is not working somewhere because it is their responsibility. Where the president is setting up rice stabilization
you mean one
force.
of those ministers?
I mean,
But there are two agriculture
So you have
commerce.
the agriculture minister, right? And you have the minister of commerce. So what are they doing that the president is compared to set up
Maybe that
a rice stabilization force?
just want to diversify the tax of the of the ministry.
Well,
Because there may be some experts around. You cannot leave it all with the minister of agriculture. And
Well-
if you have some people who are experts on the whole thing, that's what the government said. Like a Steve
No, but
Flampe.
if you
Who has been around for long with the commerce ministry.
publicly announce it to say we need to set up a rice stabilization force, it means that there is a problem somewhere, and you have to set up a committee, bringing on Steve Flampe and others to look into that. Well, I don't know. I don't want to use this medium to say, well, they are not competent, or they are not performing their responsibility, but there could be perception somewhere that hey, something is wrong somewhere, and that's the reason why the president, has set up this committee for those people to look into the issue of race crisis in the country.
Wow, Moses Watson Johnson is my walking guest. We are here till 6 o'clock this evening, talking about governance issues, talking about the race crisis, and all of those. You followed yesterday. The Ministry of Finance and Development Planning has presented the draft budget to the legislature in a tune of 777 million, 0.94 million rather. What does that mean to you? What do you think of it?
Well, I mean, the Ministry of Finance exercise its statutory responsibility. Don't forget we have a calendar year budget, not a fiscal year budget. So it runs from January
December,
to
right?
December. So I said to people, the budget is all about projection, okay?
Yes,
So it does not mean that the money is sitting down somewhere, the over 700 million, that the government can just go and say, look, we're taking this amount from the budget. It's about projection. You get those entities that generate resources. In fact, they project. LPRC, how much can you raise, in terms of supporting the budget? So
Yeah.
they make projection. So you made a forecast. It is incumbent upon you to raise those resources.
And that also lies on the shoulders of the LRA.
Of course.
Because they are the one that are trying to get revenue.
And
from
I was
people.
happy. I was in the Stephen Topper belt, and I saw some people from LRA. I must appreciate the LRA. There are people who are refusing to pay property taxes. For example, they visited the Stephen Topper estate community. Some justifications were, oh, this place.
The government.
This place was market report. This place was government.
So
And that's
so
the main reason why you need to pay your
Yeah,
tax.
because the government built it for you.
Exactly. So
Government build those houses and give it to you, bought it over time.
exactly.
So it becomes yours now. You must pay back to the government in terms of
so
taxes.
it is the responsibility of the government through the LRA to go out there to raise money. So there are people who for example, somebody get 7 rooms. They're taking rental fees, but they are not paying taxes. You defraud the government of taxes.
Of course, let me recognize some of the guys who joined us already. My big brother Nat Shakali Dakagboy. Nat Shakali Dakagboy has joined me. Saying he's watching me from Botoroma town, as in Sanoye district. Welcome to the country, my brother from the USA. Richard Yossi and Andrew Tiller, they are also watching. Richard Yossi is in Australia, where Andrew Tiller is in the USA. Christopher Benai said, great job, Jallah, keep on the good work. Lawrence Anaway is a librarian, gospel musician. He sings in the Pele vernacular. He's watching us this afternoon. Andrew Tiller said, hi, Honorable Jallah Grayfield, keep on the good work, brother. Imana T.N. Topo says, good afternoon, Jallah. Please keep it up. The more we are informed on a daily basis, the more we know what the government is doing. We hope to see more positive things for the betterment of our country. Watching from Maryland County, he says, and that's in a neighbor country to my friend and brother Watson Johnson's area. So you are making some input about the budget. So
Oh yeah, so the LRA has to be robust. All right, people running. You have your small tax, your medium, your large tax. The people have to be responsible. Okay, and domestic revenue component of the budget is also key. So if the LRA is not robust in terms of going out there and collecting taxes, and then it makes it impossible for the government to achieve. And this is where sometimes you hear budget shortfall. It's the inability of the government to collect the money that you projected to spend. So yes, sometimes yes you have surplus budget. It means that yes, okay, the government, it's possible that the government is saying, look, we're projecting over 700 million. It's possible that the government could raise 1 billion.
Yeah.
It's a surplus.
it's a surplus.
It's
yeah.
a surplus.
So what is actually happening that in 4 years this government has not realized any budget shortfall, but that was prevalent in the Madam Sadiq government. They made projection of maybe 800 million, a force below the belt, and they were being mocked by Liberians that they were incompetent people who are the Minister of Finance and SYC. So what is happening right now that didn't happen in the past that now leading to all of these gains we're making?
Well, unfortunately, well, under the Madam Salif administration, when Amara Kone took over, in fact, the justification has been there were some exhaustional factors.
Okay.
We talk about the issue of Ebola, and other issues that affected, growth.
Okay.
But the fact of the matter is that the budget preparation is a paperwork. It does not mean that when you hear so the government announced that
Yeah, there's a capital sitting somewhere.
we projecting 700 million or 800 million. It means that the money is already at the bank. No, it's a projection. It is left with the people responsible to raise the money. So, for example, MP is saying, okay, from the coming in of ship, we can raise, this amount of money. But then you don't experience the coming of ship.
Yeah.
It's a serious problem. Okay, so you got a domestic revenue aspect. You got support from donors and other people. Okay, but I would say that this government has been doing well. Okay, this government has been doing well in terms of the budget, and we do have a calendar budget, and the issue about budget shortfall in the mix of the bucket full of challenges, Jallah. And I would say there's a big difference between this administration and that of the Madam Salif administration. Under the Madam Salif administration, there were huge support coming in, all right, from donors, even the presence of Omil, all right. And in fact, there were donor conferences organized to support Liberia.
Absolutely.
And that's the reason why sometimes people get outraged and say, but in fact, the billions of dollars that came to Liberia, there's nothing for us to see. Well, sometimes I don't let it get involved in such an argument, because I would say yes, Madam Shelley also tried too, but some people believe that she didn't perform up to their expectation. Well, that's their view, that's their opinion. But this government is struggling, and that's the reason why the government has been very sincere to the people to say, look, yes, the expectations are high, and we will do our best to manage your expectation, and that's the reason why the government has been very consistent when it comes to the payment of salaries. I just listened to the finance minister recently that before the 15th of December,
December salary will be available.
of course, as I speak to you,
You
some
tell
people
me.
have started receiving their likes.
You got anything to do?
I said some people. So controllers, don't forget, I'm
Yeah.
a very good investigator too.
Yeah.
So I've been investigating, and it is clear. So in the midst of the challenges, even though all is now rosy, but to some extent the government is trying, and this is where we know sometimes we say to some people, you have to be objective, you have to be independent in your criticism of the government. You cannot say everything about the government is bad.
Mr. Moses Watson Johnson, you've been following international news, you've been following the politics of the ground. The president is visiting the U.S. right now, where he will meet with the U.S. president. The president of the free world being met by so many African leaders. He was in France, he went to Morocco, he learned how to World Cup in Qatar. There's been much criticism of his surfacing in Qatar. Even though he's an international figure when it comes to football, other felt that he shouldn't have been there because he has lots to do on the ground. Other people say he go to see his son Timothy Weah who is playing the World Cup. Nothing is being brought back to the country. He listened to Eugene and we say $170 million have been netted down to come to Liberia. What do you make of these assertions on the ground, and how are you taking those assertions?
Well, in the first place, there is no law on the book that restricts the president from traveling. And there is no law that says the president cannot be out of his country for this period. Okay? And so, despite the information being provided, people are still, embroiled with the opposition way of thinking. But the fact of the matter is that the thing is all on the internet. That the Qatari government has promised to form phase 2 of the Lofa Road project.
Yeah.
Okay? And not only that, talk about sponsoring other projects in sports, aviation, and health. And there the president was clear that the Lofa Road project is critical to our country's national infrastructure. So the president is not only out of the country and watching football matches, he's also advocating on behalf of Liberia. Okay? So, and this is why I say sometimes we have to be constructive in our criticism. Yes, people can criticize, but you have to be objective. So I really also hearing that the president is not only out of the country, but there are good news that the country will benefit from. So I've heard some people saying, in fact, before the president left the country, he communicated.
With the legislature.
So he didn't just wake up and say, I'm leaving the country, right? The country is still operating. The finance minister is not in country. He had an accident, but the country is running. So excuse me, if something happens to the president tomorrow, God forbid, excuse. But the entire country, you know, you can't shut down the entire country. The vice president will take over to run the country. So the absence of the president, I don't see it, you know, as a reason for people to be afraid and want to criticize the president. The president can even be out of the country and also work. And that's why he has his able lieutenants,
of course,
on the ground.
And they are the ones doing the work when he's away.
Exactly. You know, so we can make this president an imperial president, a president that must always be at the executive branch. He has to go out to lobby. Okay? So people who are not in position, they are the ones always known for criticizing.
Absolutely.
You remember the issue of Madame Salif? She talked about nepotism. She accused the top administration of nepotism.
Yeah.
Once she became president.
You're very empowered in your son.
So what happened, right? So those who are accusing the president, tomorrow if they are elected president and they have a son or a daughter who is an international star and was being called upon by another country, are they saying they will remain at the executive mansion? They won't go and give that support to their child? Well, it's something that they have to, you know, to decide over. But the fact of the matter is that I'm happy that we want to see the full, you know, implementation of the Lofa Road Phase 2 project. That's the same Lofa Road the finance minister had the accident on.
Yeah.
That's a bad road.
On Thursday.
So we should be happy that the Qatari government has given assurance that they will fund the road project. So Lofa was once considered the bread basket, right? So we talk about farm to market road.
Absolutely.
So when we have a paved road in Lofa,
and the road are coming from Lofa now to Monrovia, so it's been so very, very bad.
so if from the president visit and from that bilateral discussion, people in Qatar are saying we will help you. This is something that we should celebrate. So I don't go for the criticism. The president is a human. We can kill him before it's time.
Mr. Moses Watson Johnson is my guest, and why he said that way, the politicians say, oh, you know, the country not stable, they will not happening, it won't happening. We'll stage a demonstration, but we don't want to talk much about that because, you know, those who are calling for the protest or demonstration, we know the history when it comes to the violent
and there has been
past.
this multiple theories and insinuation flooding on social media. You know that some EPS officers skipped. Well, I heard from the EPS director that as far as he's concerned, that has not been brought to his knowledge.
They vehemently are not.
And I listened to his special assistant saying, as far as he's concerned, those assigned with the president are performing their duties. All right, so we shouldn't waste our time on it. You know, the fact of the matter is that, Jallah, we have 10 months to election. Those who believe
all this shenanigans.
Those who believe that they have the solution to Liberian problem and they want to protest, they should protest at the ballot box because protest has never been civil in our country. There was a protest I remember. Monkey, calm down. You know what happened? Okay, the 1979 Rest Riot. You know, because when you talk, yes, the Constitution guarantees peaceful assembly, but when you say you want to protest because of the violence associated with protests, this is where the government will come here and say, no. We too have to provide security. Because while you're red ends,
I know one.
of course. So when you say you want to protest, I mean, you attract a lot of things. You infringe on the movement of people. Some people want to infiltrate the system to
Yeah.
cause chaos, and the government is on an obligation to protect life and property. So my caution to those in the opposition, let them save their protest, because protest has brought no solution to this country. If they do believe that they have the solution to the Liberian people, you talk about protesting for hunger. Hunger is everywhere, Jallah. Keep your protest in a civil way, and that is through the ballot box.
All right, let's open the line for the next 10 minutes. Moses Watson Johnson is my guest. He's a Liberian journalist, former talk show host at Power FM Power TV, former talk show host at Banner FM 105.9. And all of those, welcome now. Call us on 080-514-096, 0776-680-373. If you don't have any number, I've called you a number. Please take advantage of those numbers. So many times you don't see this number on my screen. 0776-680-373. That number is actually for women. Call that number if you are a woman. 0776-680-373. 0770-560-560. It's 0770-514-096. Hello, welcome.
Okay, good afternoon, Jallah.
Good afternoon. You sound like S. Doran Bobo.
That's it, Jallah.
You calling from Foya Lofa County?
It's my kilo get this evening.
Kisi ala ose.
Hey, I didn't look at the number.
Balika.
Yes, sir, American.
Balika.
Okay.
Barika tao.
Back to my kilo get Jallah. Thank you so much, Kilo guy. Let me say hi to you. Welcome in the studio. But like, why we believe, like, when you listen to 1979, all of you will feel that they just feel that doing. Then they vow, when you say, when you move, Lauren Bobo, you put Jallah there, they will put food in my mouth. That will not solve problem. But I believe that someone will say, when we live family, live day, like, why would we campaign? We wouldn't believe that the government should be strong. Will be strong.
All right. All right. Thank you. Let me take Mercy Tama of Mopawe. Mercy, welcome to the Bumper Show.
Yeah, good afternoon, Jallah Grayfield, and let me say good afternoon to Moses Watson Johnson.
Nanayo.
On your pocket, this is my Tama members in the National Alliance of the Group calling for two committees this year. Jallah, let me appreciate Moses for the expose this afternoon. For the fact this government is doing well. For the rest issue, we all were talking to the government. We say the government should work in line with the important to see how better should settle the rest issue. And now the government have done that to settle the rest. Jallah, just in case, it's better for me to even pass rest, $10 to them. Yeah, these things, for me to even buy it, $5 the wattage. Even say that all for the government is this decision the government has made one of the best decisions ever. We have taken over. So
Okay.
we applaud this government for that.
Thank you, Intellectual Alliance. Hello, welcome. The next caller from this line. Hello, welcome. Let's hear you.
Hello, Jallah Grayfield.
Is that Rosetta Sonkale?
Yes, Rosetta Sonkale.
Rosetta, let's hear you. How are you this afternoon?
Nama.
Okay.
Oh, Jallah, let me just have some of your studio guests, and then let me say I appreciate a lot for the education given to us. Yeah, I would like to appreciate the state radio, and when it comes to freedom radio, not like other radio stations, we're taking a broadcast to people. I think, oh, whatever we want surfing, when you say you want surfing, meaning that you want to read that particular gap. When you say you want in Jordan, meaning that you want to take that, I mean, the quiet is not for me.
Okay.
So we are not afraid of the Thursday, December 17th.
So what they doing now?
Even snap back to me, how you
Oh.
call that child, we should have been supported. We have, when you can't take a call when you try to get him, so not letting him get in class, or he gets it. So,
Yeah, man.
like, I try calling him to be wasted, just to listen to the conversation. They try asking me to show that to me. They went on my page, they saw where we try to talk on the farm, which is my boss man. And they saw on Facebook, brought it for me. So they have to ask me how much know what people are doing. I'm not interested in the project. See my eyes open me. They know what he did for us.
All right.
Ezra.
Thank you. Let me take the next caller. Hello, welcome. You live. Let's say it quickly.
Good evening.
Good evening. How are you?
This Ruben Khan.
Ruben Khan, a property defender. Welcome. Let's hear you.
Let me appreciate you and let me say good evening to my friend and brother Wasi Johnson. You see, in Liberia, sincerity is the greatest problem. If it is not you, it should not be me. It is not about power. It is not about nothing but hate. That's why something that is happening at this time in the country, someone will don't look at their friend as if they are the one that made the life. The president will get in the plane, they say, someone will post on their Facebook, the president should die. And then someone will look at you side as if the person does not have life. That negative imagination comes across the country. And that's why my happiness of this government is the issue of the right business. So the fact that the government of Liberia have opened the market, even myself, I'm able
You
to
can input now.
can we import
All right.
rice in this country?
Thank
So
you.
the people of Liberia can benefit.
Thank you, Ruben Kane. Ruben, thank you. I think you myself join here to be on the rest. Ruben, thank you. Ruben, thank you. Let me take the next caller from the other line. Hello, welcome. Let's say you quickly.
Good evening, people at Jallah Grayfield.
You sound like Emmanuel Tupa Jr.
Sure, this is Imara and Tupa Jr. And it is so fascinating to know that people are watching this on the show. I just thought into, when I want to compliment to him because I've been seeing for a while, I've been hearing from him for a while.
The mayor, they're gonna.
Hey, my leg calling me, man.
Yeah, but compliment, bro. I think Junction, welcome, man. I miss you a lot,
Okay.
I'm always hearing my people that are on the radio, but then I can't hear you. But it's good to hear from you. Thank you very much that you still support the government for it. And I'm much job that is going to do to transform the lives of the Liberian people. Thank you very much.
All right, thank you, Emmanuel. The next caller is here. Hello, welcome. Hello? Do we have a caller on the line? You cannot keep holding the line for long. I'll call you up and take another caller. Hello, welcome. Let's say you. Hello? Yes, welcome you live.
Yeah, okay. I'm Daniel calling from Pure Servant District, Maryland County.
Maryland County, welcome to Monrovia.
Yeah, okay. Yeah, thank you for this program. Well, what I want to say is that, we elaborate on the land of the agriculture. We listen on it. We don't have to work. It are the issue of criticizing other people, what is supposed to do for all and what is not supposed to do for all, that what we after. But on the land of plenty that will benefit us tomorrow, we're not able to do it. We listen on that one.
Yes, so what in? You gone off? Oh, he gone. Hello, the next caller. Hello? Good evening, welcome. What's your name? Where you come from?
I'm Stevie Escobar, calling from Saco, Bon County.
Bon County, welcome to Monrovia.
Yeah, my intention is thank you. I say how to the studio get eventual up to the food crisis when it comes to food. Come turn it to the food.
Okay.
My recommendation is we should put a communal farming system in Liberia that will help us to get out.
What is that communal farming process you're talking about?
Communal farming is they had it in a system before where every town, every village used to make farm. And this farm rice will be kept in the town. But the mental purpose.
Oh, when they chief